Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. I am your host, Kevin Reed, and this is the review of Expendables 4, the new action film, the fourth action film in the Expendables franchise, which stars Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Megan Fox, and Andy Garcia. This movie was trash. This was a horrible movie. I don't even I can't even express my disdain for this movie. I don't know if I should throw out the worst movie I've seen this year, because there've been a couple of movies that it's running a race with, but it is definitely the worst action movie I've seen this year. This and by far the worst in the Expendables franchise. Now, we're coming off the heels of Expendables 3, and there was a lot of backlash around Expendables 3 back in 2014, and they should have left well enough alone. It's been almost 10 years, and I didn't even realize it was almost 10 years since the last Expendables film, which was PG-13, and this franchise is not a PG-13 franchise. This is a rated R franchise. And so they tried to capitalize and probably get a bigger audience, make more money, and draw in a different crowd, so to speak, with a PG-13 rating. Well, it didn't work. The movie didn't do as well as the first two films in the franchise. That's cool. We tried, we failed. Let's move on. But no, they decided to go back to the well one more time. And Expendables 4, this go around, it is R. And it lets you know that it's R right off the bat. It is a heavy R. But that's not the reason why people didn't gravitate to 3. 3 was still decent. I'll say this much. I enjoy the Expendables franchise for what it is. It's cheesy. It's fantastical, just like the throwback action films from the 80s and 90s, which this franchise is paying homage to. I respect that. I get it. But this go around, I don't know what this movie was. This movie was so bad. This is truly Jason Statham's film. Out of all 4, this is his movie. Sylvester Stallone was the lead in the first 3. Now we come to a point where I guess Sylvester Stallone, he's, getting up there in age. Well, he's gotten up there in age. Let's be honest. Sly is 77 years old. It's time for him to kind of, do the Tulsa King series. You know what I'm saying? That fits him. I love him in that show. These big budget action films, it has surpassed him. We all get old. It's time to pack it up and just say enough's enough. Well, maybe he can still do action films, but leave the Expendables alone. As I was saying, this is Jason Statham's film, and that's not why this movie's bad. I actually like Jason Statham overall, and for the most part, I liked him in this movie. But this isn't the Expendables. The Expendables are just that, the Expendables. What I loved about the first 3 films, that ensemble cast was, it was a collective unit. It was a team. And it showed throughout the film. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a story. Everybody had a moment of shine. Not here. Not here. It was just Jason Statham. And had this just been a normal run-of-the-mill little straight-to-digital action film starring Jason Statham, I probably wouldn't have been as upset. But this is Expendables. We should be touching in on all of these characters, and we didn't get that. First sign that this movie was not going to go well was 50 Cent. 50 Cent is the best, given the best performance in the entire movie, you have a problem. 50 Cent gave the best performance in this entire movie. And his performance was bad. And so that should let you know we're in trouble. And this movie was in some deep trouble. The story was convoluted. It made no sense. The villain, you couldn't even, I'm not going to say get behind the villain because you're not supposed to get behind the villain, but you're supposed to know the villain's motivations. And you don't know that until the last 6 minutes of the movie. You know, it's like, what's the point of this? What's the point of everything going on in this movie? Because you don't know. I had said I was going to spoil it. I said this was going to be a spoilers review because it doesn't matter. But I'm not going to spoil it. I need y'all to go through what I went through. So I'll just say there was a couple of plot twists in this movie that they had the audacity to try to throw you off on. And you knew it in the first 5 minutes. And it wasn't supposed to be revealed until the last 5 minutes. But you knew right off the bat what this movie was going to do. And it had no substance whatsoever. And everything that happened was unearned at the end. It was just a horrible, horrible screenplay. This one, this go around, Sylvester Stallone did not write this one. He wrote the first three, well, co-wrote the first three. He even directed the first one, but he had no hands in the development of this particular one, and it shows. Oh boy, this was just bad. This was $100 million film. This movie cost $100 million to produce, and I don't know where it went. Honestly, you look at this movie, it looked like they made it for 20, maybe $30 million. The special effects were horrible. Horrible. I mean, green screen to the max. Horrible. The big action sequence that you see in the trailer, I'm not spoiling anything, on this ship. That's really, the ship was about 60% of the film. That's where this whole movie takes place. But it was dumb. Man, I just cannot. You know what? I gotta spoil it. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not gonna spoil the whole movie, but there's a point here. I gotta talk to somebody about it because it's wrecking my brain. These are supposed to be the world's most elite mercenary team. Okay, smart, great at their craft, the best of the best. They get fooled. They get fooled to being captured in this movie. Like the dumbest little setup of all time. It was like, y'all don't realize what's going on? Have y'all ever watched the action movie ever? It was so predictable. Oh my gosh, this was so bad. And what makes it so sad, I'm not even disappointed because I wasn't looking for this movie to do anything. I really wasn't. It took me a couple of days to go see it because I knew it wasn't going to be good. The second I saw 50 Cent in this movie, I knew it wasn't going to be good. Megan Fox. And I'm picking on poor 50 Cent. You know, God bless him, love him. He gave us power, so I can't hate on him too much. But Megan Fox cannot act at all, bruh. I mean, it is. The mere fact that she's in Hollywood is clearly because she's a beautiful woman. And I hate to be objective like that because she's a woman and, you know, I don't want to come off as super misogynistic and all this here. But have you watched Megan Fox in anything? You will have to agree. The only reason she's in movies is because she's beautiful. Her facial expressions. What? She doesn't have any. She has the same facial expression for everything. I don't know if she's upset. I don't know if she's happy. I don't know if she's mad. I don't know What is going on in her mind? And she just has a straight pan face, and her dialogue delivery is the exact same tone. I don't care if she's cursing you out. I don't care if she's whispering sweet nothings in your ear. It's the exact same tone. She cannot act. She cannot act. Two of the greatest martial artists in film in recent memory were completely wasted in this movie. Tony Jaa. Tony Jaa is an amazing martial artist. If you ever seen The Protector or Umbach, that man is amazing. I love The Protector. When he's trying to find his elephant, it's a crazy little plot, but it's fire. That movie gets off. He is completely wasted in this movie. I mean, wasted. My boy from the Raid films, Iko Uwasi. Pretty sure I butchered his name. I apologize, but I love him. I love him. Oh man, wasted. I just cannot believe how bad this movie was. And I knew it was going to be bad, and it exceeded my expectations in horrible. That's a first. That is clearly a first. And the only reason I sat down and finished watching this movie is because I wanted to review it. Because 10 minutes in, I wanted to leave. But I said no, because this will make for a good review. But I still can't even. It left me speechless, man. This movie left me speechless on how bad it is. Swing and a miss. The Expendables 4, currently in theaters, gets a letter grade of an F. It is horrible. It is horrible. This isn't even a turn your brain off and just watch the spectacle type movie. This probably gonna give me nightmares. You could probably go watch a horror film and not get nightmares, but you can watch this and you'll wake up at night in cold sweats because you're like, what did I just watch? Yeah, man, this is a bad movie. This is a bad movie, and I've seen some bad movies this year. I don't know. It may be the worst. It may be the worst. I would like to know, did you watch The Expendables? I don't think you did, because nobody went and saw this movie over the opening weekend, and I don't blame him. I should have got the memo. I should have took the hint, but whatever. I'd like to know what you thought of this film, and do you wish, pray, and hope that this is the last one? Email the show, kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. You can also look me up on all social media platforms. Just look up the KB Radio Network. Speaking of the KB Radio Network, look for the KB Radio Network channel on YouTube. Subscribe and like this video if you don't mind. Also, don't forget about the 5 stars, the reviews, and sharing this show. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you are currently listening to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. Everyone, thank you for joining me for this in-depth review of the soon-to-be Academy Award nominated film, The Expendables 4. Can't wait to speak to you on the next go-around. Everybody, I want you all to know that I love you. Continue to love everyone. And until we speak again, you all be blessed.